Are you looking to take your personal finances to the next level? You're in the right place. Welcome to the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by I Was Broke, Now I'm Not, with your host, Joseph Sangle.
Welcome to the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. My name is Joseph Sangle. We are fired up to help you each and every week with right now relevant, practical, financial, education, and maybe some entertainment to help you climb the ladder to live a fully funded life. We're on episode number
187.
And that is the voice of my co-host, Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up today?
Fired up.
That's the question I always got to ask. Are you fired up today? That's awesome. It is the last day of the month of January, if you can believe it.
I literally blinked.
You are very close. You are now in the third trimester of two babies.
Yep.
Two baby
Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you've not been watching the podcast, listen to the podcast. The Hibbert family is expanding to zone defense.
We are.
From 1 to 3 baby boys, and that's going to be awesome. So we're praying those babies here. It's going to be awesome. Tell everybody what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. So we're talking about 5 things you should know about Social Security.
That's right. And so this is really important. 5 things you should know about Social Security. The fact of the matter is, if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, hey, Social Security has a role in your life, even at this moment. We want to make sure you know 5 things about Social Security. That's going to be a lot of fun. But before we do that, we're going to go to that section of the podcast where I usually sing, Let's Go.
Now it's time to get caught up with our current money events.
The Monday Money Tip Podcast is sponsored by the Fully Funded Life Membership Program. The Fully Funded Life Membership Program provides all you need to begin winning with money and live a fully funded life. Fully Funded Life includes 4 key components: courses, challenges, coaching, and community. Courses provide financial education. Challenges help you make massive progress in a specific money skill. Coaching is provided by the Fully Funded Life certified coaches through open office hours held multiple times each month. All of the courses, challenges, and coaching results in an outstanding community that help equip, motivate, and encourage you to take your next financial steps toward your fully funded life. Fully Funded Life. Courses, challenges, coaching, community. All that's missing is you. Learn more and receive a special offer for Monday Money Tip listeners today at fullyfunded.life/MMT. That's www.fullyfunded.life/MMT. Well, welcome to the Current Money Event section. Current Money Event section. Yeah. Did you like that? We were rocking it out today. It was money rocking.
It wasn't one of my favorites.
It wasn't?
But
if you're watching on YouTube, that would be very interesting to watch. Today's Current Money Event section, is I want everybody to update their net worth. Update your net worth. Here's why it's important to update your net worth. When you update your net worth, you see things that are happening that are not cash flow based. And the big issue is so many of us only focus on the cash flow. What do I mean by cash flow? I mean the money that comes in and leaves your life every month. That money that you earn at a paycheck, that little check you get in the mail from whatever that is, you're concerned about that. But what happens is there's other stuff happening, and that is really important towards retirement. It's really important to make sure you're making really wise decisions. It makes you very aware of taxes, is net worth things. Did your value of your home increase in value? How much did your car drop in value? What is going on with debt, your credit card debt, student loan debt? Did that go up? Did that go down? And it's very important for you to see that. You know, what is the value of your retirement accounts? Did they go up? Did they go down? And measuring that on a consistent basis, at least once a year, preferably quarterly. I'm a nerd, so I do it at least 6 times a year. You should update your net worth because it helps you understand collectively what is the value of all the things you own and possess, and what do you owe, and you subtract what you owe from the value of everything. If you sold it all today, you sold everything and reduced it to just cash, what would it be worth? And then if you settled all of your debts with it, do you have a positive net worth, a negative net worth? And if it is positive, did it grow? Did it go up and down? If it's still negative, a lot of people start out in life negative. They have student loan debt. They don't own a lot of assets. They don't have retirement accounts that have a lot of value in them. it takes on average the median in America that a person's net worth, where 50% of Americans have a positive net worth, where they move from negative to positive, where more than 50% have a positive net worth is 35 years old. Can you believe that?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I want you to measure net worth. So I encourage you, take some time to update your net worth. We have a free net worth calculator and tool available on iwasbrokenownot.com. Click on free tools.
Yep. And I'll include a link in the show
No
notes.
different than this. Current money event section. Rock on.
Yep. All right. Our success story today is from Kevin, and he wrote in 1 month after attending an FLE at his church. And he said, I was always low income, even growing up. So when we had a large amount of money, it was spent rather quickly. Sort of like starving person would gulp food down if they had the feast before them. The part of your presentation I found the most helpful was how easy, in quotes, E in the letter Z, trademark, it is, spending the money before you get it. The cash envelopes and the next part was profound to me anyway. You said you never seen anyone broke who tithes, saves money. And if one was done without the other, you saw money problems. So it's vital to my financial success to tithe and save. I'm still unsure about investing or investments. I don't understand all the jargon associated with it, but I'm going to learn anyway from the coach. I have concerning this. You rock. Thank you for being obedient to Christ. Much love to you and your family.
That's awesome. Thanks, Kevin. I like this analogy here. So he grew up low income. Mm-hmm. That's a money wound, right? It doesn't mean he did not have a good upbringing. It's just that was the facts. But it causes people to behave. Our upbringing affects how we spend money, how we manage money, how we invest, how we save. And so if you're in a low-income family, there's probably not a lot of talk about building your net worth.
Right.
There's maybe not a lot of talk about owning your own home and paying cash for a car and that it's even possible. Like, no, it tends to be, if you're in low-income housing, there's a lot of people with low income. It's just natural. And so that's great stuff. I think it's interesting he acknowledges that there's jargon associated with investing. Jargon means foreign language for a lot of people.
Right.
I don't know what you are saying, therefore I cannot comprehend it.
Yeah.
And he's saying he's got a coach that's going to help him with that. That matters a lot, because that's just like you have a teacher in school that helps you learn different subjects. You can have teachers help you with the subject of investing. And so way to go, Kevin. You have had some really profound moments, as you said it. And that is success, because it is eye-opening, and it means that you are now positioning yourself to prosper. That's great news.
Yep. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 5 things you should know about Social Security.
Yeah, 5 things you should know about Social Security. And I hope that people will maybe look at the show notes, take notes. I just say this. Every single one of you should do your homework and pull up your Social Security statement. Go to SSA.gov and pull up your Social Security statement. Joe, I'm 26. Should I do that? Yes. Joe, I'm 63. Should I do that? Yes. Joe, I'm 47. Should I do that? Yes. Yes is the answer to those questions. You should pull up your Social Security statement, and that will actually help you with this. So maybe even if you're listening to this podcast and you're sitting at a computer, sitting somewhere where you could focus on your phone, not driving, pull up your statement. It takes a little work to set up your account to start with, and it is challenging to set up your account first with Social Security. They really take privacy very seriously.
As you would hope.
What you hope they would do. And get your Social Security statement. So maybe you want to just pause this, get your Social Security statement, and then come back to that. If you're driving or listening while you're at the gym or whatever, make a mental note to say, hey, I'm going to pull up my Social Security statement this week. This is your step to take this week. It's what this podcast exists to do, is take little steps every single week to help you live a fully funded life. This week, pull up your Social Security statement. And now I'm going to tell you 5 things you should know about Social Security and that Social Security statement. So tell them thing 1.
Thing 1 is 40 credits.
Okay, 40 credits. What does that mean?
It means you need to earn 40 credits in order to earn Social Security benefits.
Yeah, so you need 40 credits. So you must earn at least 40 Social Security credits to qualify for Social Security benefits. Now, you earn credits when?
You work.
When you work, right? And pay Social Security taxes.
Key.
That weird person named FICA, right?
It's taking your money.
Yes, it's taking your money. Anybody who got their first paycheck and met FICA is like, who is this FICA person? Well, as soon as you start earning and paying Social Security taxes, well, you start earning credits. And the number of credits does not affect the amount of benefits you receive. Okay? Social Security uses the amount of credits you've earned to determine your eligibility for retirement or disability benefits, as well as your family's eligibility for survivor benefits should you die prematurely with minor children in the house. That matters a lot. So Social Security cannot pay benefits to you if you don't have enough credits. In other words, if you did not pay into Social Security, you're not getting Social Security out of it. Okay?
It's good.
Now, credits are based on your total wages and self-employment income for the year. You might work all year to earn your 4 credits, or you might earn enough in a month to earn all 4 credits. So the amount of earnings it takes to earn a credit may change each year. In 2022, you earn 1 Social Security or Medicare credit for every how much in covered earnings?
For every $1,510 in covered earnings.
Yes. So for every $1,510, so let's say $1,500 a year, you get a credit. So if you want, you can earn up to 4 a year. So you take 1,510 times 4 and you get what?
You must earn $6,040 to get the maximum 4 credits for the year.
Right. And so you can find that. We'll leave a link to where you can see the details of this. But you need 40 credits. So what does that mean? If you can only earn 4 a year, well, then how many years do you need to earn your 4 credits in to get eligible? 40 divided by 4 a year means 10 years. Yeah. You have to pay into Social Security at least 10 years and earn 4 credits each year.
Which isn't, I mean, most people start working when they're in their 20s.
Right.
You know, most people don't retire at 30.
Right.
You know, so you have time.
So this is important to think about, though. Yeah. There are some people who make the decision to be a stay-at-home parent.
Right.
Raise the kids. And they start having kids, let's say, in their mid-20s. So they work maybe sometime a part-time job starting in college at 20. They work for 6 years, you know, earning 4 credits a year. And then they have babies. And then they decide they don't want to go back to work. They may not have their 40 credits.
So they just disappear. So
that's very important. So we're going to talk about that. So 40 credits is really important to be eligible for Social Security benefits. Okay? So the fifth, we say 5 things you should know about Social Security. 40 credits is first. What's the second thing they should know?
Yep. Earnings determines benefits.
Right. Earnings will determine your benefits. No, that seems to make sense, right? So during your lifetime, you might earn more credits than the minimum number you need to be eligible for benefits. So, Megan, you have already earned enough. You've already got your 40 credits. I already have my 40 credits. These extra credits don't increase your benefit amount. But the average of your earnings of your working years, not those total number of credits you earn, well, that's what determines how much your monthly payment will be when you receive benefits. Okay, does that make sense? So I think that's something everybody needs to know is how much you're earning on this annualized basis matters a lot. Okay, so earnings determine the benefits. That's a really important statement here. So when you pull up your Social Security statement, it will show your earnings history. It'll just show your earnings history on there. And I think that's something you want to make sure is correct. So when your employer withholds FICA, they have to match that FICA. So it's 6.2% of your pay. And the employer has to put another matching amount. So it's 12.4% of your pay gets forwarded to the government, to the Social Security reserve account, the trust account, in your name. You want to make sure that that amount is credited to your account, that they haven't messed up a number in your Social Security number, right? That somebody hasn't messed it up, whatever. You want to make sure that's correct. And one way you know that is by checking your Social Security statement every year. You can get your updated statement. And once you register, they'll send you an email saying the statement is updated for you. I just got my update literally this week. So I went and pulled it up and looked at it. Okay? So the third thing that you should know about Social Security is what?
Disability benefits.
Yes. Now, to be eligible for disability benefits, you must meet a recent work test and a duration work test. Okay, 2 different tests. The number of credits necessary to meet the recent work test depends on your age. The rules are as follows. If you're before the age of 24, you may qualify for disability benefits if you have 6 credits earned in the 3-year period ended when your disability started. Okay? So before the age of 24 disabled, you have to have at least 6 credits in the 3-year period. So that's a recent work test and how long the duration work test. If you're between ages 24 to 31, in general, you may qualify if you have a credit for working half the time between age 21 and the time that your disability began. So as a general example, if you develop a disability at age 27, you would need 3 years of work, 12 credits for a year, out of the past 6 years between ages 21 and 27. Now, if you're over age 31 and older, in general, you must have at least 20 credits in your 10-year period immediately before your disability began. So you have to have worked and earned your 4 credits a year for at least half of that period to be eligible for disability benefits. Now, we've done an episode on this before, and we should provide a link on SSI versus SSDI. So you can get different types of benefits. But the reason this matters is if you've worked half of that time period and you become disabled, if you have not paid in enough credits, yes, you could get disability, but you are now limited on how much total assets you can have. You can have only $1,999 to your name. If you have any more of that, it can affect how much your disability earnings are. But if you've earned enough credits and you are disabled, it does not matter. You could have $2 million in your 401k. Doesn't matter. You will still get your full Social Security disability benefits because you've been an active participant in paying into the program. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that matters a lot. Okay? So this is part of your disability insurance. We always say everybody should at least have long-term disability insurance if they're currently working and they have family relying upon them for income. And Social Security helps provide part of that disability insurance. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 4 thing that you should know about Social Security is what?
Yep. Survivor benefits.
Okay. So share with us, Megan, about survivor benefits.
Yep. So the number of credits needed for family members to be eligible for survivor benefits depends on your age when you die. The younger you are, the fewer credits needed. Nobody needs more than 40 credits.
Right. So nobody needs more than 40 credits. So if you've worked 10 years and earned the max credit, you earn more than $6,000 each year, or what it was in previous years, it was less, then you're eligible. And under a special rule, Social Security can pay benefits to your children and the spouse or person who's caring for your children, even if your record doesn't have the number of credits needed. They can get benefits if you have credits for 1 1/2 years work, 6 credits in the 3 years before your death. Okay? And if you're receiving retirement or disability benefits at the time of your death, they will pay survivors based on that entitlement. They will not have to determine the credits again. So if you're retirement age and you have minor children, you can still get those survivors benefits up to the age when those the children are 16 years old. Them and their caretaker. Okay, so that matters a lot. Survivors benefits. So this is that rare instance when someone passes away prematurely and they have children in the house, that the survivors get substantial benefits, and in general, they're tax-free. That matters a lot.
Yeah.
That can be up to somewhere north $3,000 to $5,000 a month.
Wow.
Until that last survivor youth is 16 years old.
That definitely would help.
Okay? So that's 4 things you should know. Survivors benefits. There's disability benefits that are provided by what you've paid in there. Your earnings determine your benefits. And you have to have 40 credits. Okay?
Yep.
Give everybody the 5th thing that they should know.
All right. Number 5 is earnings not limited once at full retirement age.
And this is a huge statement. I want everybody to really listen to that again. So say it again.
Yep. Earnings not limited once at full retirement age.
So for most people listening to this podcast, their full retirement age is 67. That's what it is. And some of them is 66 in a few months, but most of them is 67. And many people use this fact to their advantage. So maybe suppose you still enjoy working. You love your job. You love it. You can declare for full Social Security benefits at that full retirement age, which would be 67 for me and you, and have no limitation placed on your earned wages. So think about this. If you declare early Social Security retirement, 62 and a half, 64, whatever it is, if you earn more than the limit, which is somewhere around $17,000, if you earn more than that in a year, for every $2 you earn above that amount, you will lose $1 of Social Security benefits. So if you earn like $25,000 in a year, you get no Social Security even though you declared for it. So why did you declare for it? So watch this. If you go to full retirement age, 67, and keep working, you can earn $500,000 a year and get your full Social Security payment, like $2,500, $2,700, whatever it is per month. And many people use this to their advantage because they like their job and they use it to top up their retirement savings account or to finish paying off a mortgage or buy a brand new car and pay cash for it. So that as they go into retirement, they got brand new vehicles, the projects are done, and the retirement account's topped up. And I've had a couple people I've coached, and they took advantage of this, retired at their full retirement age, which was 66 in a few months for them. They're now 73 and 74, and they use this. They started out late. They were behind on their financial plan, and they have paid off their house with the extra payment. Now they've stacked up money, and they've been able to build retirement savings. They're still working in their mid-70s, loving life, and they're working because they want to, not because they have to.
Yeah.
And still getting Social Security benefits, and they're making pretty substantial wages. So I just want everybody to be aware of that says, hey, retirement is not for everybody. I'm real confident retirement is not for me. Maybe it will be one day. Slowing down, definitely yes. But I like doing stuff. And sitting at the house and just going golfing. I'm terrible at golf. I like golf, but it doesn't like me. And I got to try it with COVID when we had to park things for 6 months in 2020. I did like that a lot. And so I don't know what retirement looks like for me. I'm planning for it. I've got finances put away for it. But man, I may take advantage of number 5, that my earnings aren't limited once I reach my full retirement age. So that's 5 things. I feel like those are helpful. You feel like they're helpful? Which one helped you the most as we prepared for this?
Let me look back. I think number 5 is super interesting. I think people might not know about the 40 credits. Like, I think you pay into it and they take your money and then one day you get it out. But I think actually knowing, like, this is the amount you have to have in order to pull it out, I think is super helpful, especially for, those categories of people like your wife. She stayed at home. Now she's back working a little bit. She's,
And so the CPA has said, hey, look, it would be beneficial if you would get your 4 credits every 3rd year.
Yeah.
Just go somehow, part-time job, part-time work, go work for one of the businesses if you want to. Mm-hmm. She's chosen not to. She's fired herself multiple times.
She did. That's funny.
So that is really important. So, hey, we got these listed in the show notes. Make sure you pay attention to these. We've got some links to the SSA.gov website. I want to show this on YouTube here. I found something helpful for someone my age. It said retirement ready fact sheet for workers age 18 to 48. And I found it to be very helpful to me. This is for those that, are far away from declaring for retirement, but it's something that's really important. Just things to keep in mind that makes it relevant to you today. And so I encourage you with that. Hey, I got a quote today that we're going to share with you. It's from President John F. Kennedy. And he said, if a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. And that's what Social Security was really created to do, is to make sure that there was some safety net, that it was recognition that even when you're old, you need income to pay the power bill, to keep the lights on, to put food in front of you, to pay for essential medical services. And that's what it was created for. It was not created to be the be-all, end-all retirement plan. But it is something that is enormously helpful. And so I thought that was a great quote. That's from President John F. Kennedy, and it's an inaugural address on January 20th, 1961. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. That's why we want to have a huge middle class where everybody's winning.
Yep. Okay, so next episode, we're going to talk about topics couples should discuss. So joint or separate bank accounts.
Yeah, so remember this year, we're going to have a series of podcasts that are related to each other. We're not going to do them 1 week after the next. We're going to have them spread out through the year. And one of them, a series, is topics couples should discuss. That's going to be a lot of fun. And joint or separate bank accounts, well, that'll be a good one. Hey, if you like today's episode, please help us get this podcast so other people can benefit. You can do it by quickly rating our podcast, leaving a review. These ratings and reviews will help us in making the podcast better for our listeners and help others discover it. If you've implemented one of our tips, please share the success stories with us. This podcast is powered by your success. You can send it to us on a social media platform or emailing it to us at info@iwbnin.com, info@iwbnin.com. If you're watching on YouTube, hey, if you would be so kind, click the thumbs up there or thumbs down if you don't like what we shared, and leave a comment on why you liked it or perhaps why you didn't like it. While you're there, click the subscribe button too. We're here to help you live a fully funded life. This week, your assignment, pull up your Social Security statement. Do that, you'll be on your way to success. Have a great week, everybody. Get fired up.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Monday Money Tip Podcast, presented by I Was Broke, Now I'm Not. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review and subscribe. And for more great content and to stay up to date, visit iwbnin.com. We'll catch you next time.